Hey everyone. Today we're going to dive into a thought experiment that, honestly, it cuts right to the very core of what it means to be here. It starts with a really simple observation, but it has some surprisingly deep implications. And here it is. This is the big question. I want you to just sit with that for a second. What really truly separates a complete life from start to finish from a life that just never happened?
All right, so let's start to unpack this. The first thing we need to do is get on the same page about what this question is actually asking.
And this is a super important point the source makes. We're not trying to solve the grand mystery of why are we here or find some universal purpose. Nope, this is much more straightforward. We're just looking at two different scenarios and comparing them. That's it.
Okay, so this brings us to the absolute heart of the argument, that one single crucial thing that makes these two situations different.
Now, think about this for a second. Before you were born, you were in a state of non-existence, right? Well, according to this line of thought, the state after you die is the exact same thing. It's just a return to that original condition of not being. So, if the starting point and the ending point are identical, what makes all the difference? It's this right here, consciousness. That finite temporary window of awareness that's just kind of wedged between two endless stretches of nothingness. That is the only real variable in this whole equation. And what exactly is in that period of consciousness? Well, it's everything. It's being aware of yourself as I. It's seeing, hearing, and feeling the world around you. It's the chance to have good moments and, yeah, bad moments too. It's life itself.
Now, for this observation to really hold up, we gotta lay down some ground rules for this whole thought experiment.
So this is key. To keep this observation pure and focused only on what we can actually know, the source material deliberately puts aside any ideas that we can't really prove. So things like an afterlife or spirits or reincarnation, they're just not part of this specific conversation.
Instead, what we're left with are the two bookends of existence that we know for sure. There is life, and then there is death. That's the entire framework we're working with here.
And this is where it all leads. This is the powerful and maybe kind of startling conclusion to this whole line of thinking. I mean, when you strip everything else away, the journey is unbelievably simple, isn't it? You're born, you live a life filled with that awareness we were just talking about, and then you die. You return to that state of non-existence. And here it is, the final observation put perfectly by the source. When it's all considered, for the one who was born, lived, and died, afterward, there is no difference compared to someone who never happened at all. The point is, once that conscious moment is over, the end result is exactly the same as for the person who was never here to begin with. And that leaves us with a really profound question to think about, doesn't it? If that brief flickering moment of consciousness is the only thing that separates a life that was lived from a life that never was, what does that make that moment worth? What's the value of your time being aware? If you found this thought experiment interesting, I'd love it if you'd subscribe for more explainers from us. Share this with a friend, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for joining me.